The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Laughing at birds.
Welcome.
Wild, yo. Look, check this out. We gotta keep the video paused for a second. My pain management doctor just called me. I want you to keep in mind now that I'm getting my balls busted for using CBD. They're not gonna see me anymore because trace amounts of weed are coming up in my system because of the CBD. And weed is gonna be legal on January 1st in the state of New Jersey, regardless of whether or not they write a fucking law with taxes or whatever. It doesn't matter. We already changed the Constitution. It's going down whether you want it to or not. Point is, the doctor's office just called me, literally, and was like, hey, we got a patient in here that's interested in CBD. We know that you take it. So, what is it that you use and the company that you use? I should get paid by Lazarus Naturals. I really should. The amount of people that I've gotten put onto this goddamn company, and I don't do it for the fame, dude. I don't get paid for it. I do it because it works and it helps. So I fucking, this is it right here. This is the company right here, dude. If you want some real official CBD in your life, bro, this is the one. This is the one. It's not cheap, but it's goddamn good and effective. Comes up in a drug test. It's official. But they literally just called me to ask me, what am I taking and where can they find it at? And they're like, oh wait, it comes off a farm for real? Dude, do you think I fuck around? That's the question you gotta ask yourself, dude. Why am I gonna? Hell yeah, it comes off a fucking farm. I've been screwed so many times by lame CBD companies, dude. And there's the video, so we're gonna have to take a quick detour real fast. I'm uploading a video as I do this, so fun. I can't believe that. We're booting you off the program for your CBD, but what are you taking, by the way, so we can refer it to another patient? Wild. Fucking wild, dude. Never seen nothing like it. Alright, next. Save, come on now. It's just easier to do it like that.
Oh, there we go, Karl. I think he's put the nail in his own coffin there. You know how generous I am, Karl. Let's talk about that, Karl. Come on, think about that one.
Yeah, I mean, have you forgot about that, Steve? What? The time when we went for a coffee.
Hold on. I gotta fix this fucking chair, man. This is driving me nuts. Come on, bro. Straighten the fuck out a little bit. So at least I don't feel like I'm so far away.
Let's have a bit of a heated debate about the 50p change.
Yeah, you owed me 50p, and you decided you didn't want to give it to me because it was only 50p. And my point was, it's not a question of 50p, it's the fact that it's not your decision to decide not to give it to me. If I wanted to be generous, that's my decision. But you can't go, oh, it's only 50p, Steve.
It's my decision.
But you just given him a free keg of beer.
Yeah.
No, but that did not come to you, and you didn't pay for the free keg of beer. It was a promotional thing that was sent to you.
It's the same thing as the way I gave Suzanne my leaving present from my last job.
A lot of people may not be aware of this if they haven't heard us talking about it before. Yes, but you had a gift from your work as you were leaving after however many years of service, which you then gave straight to your girlfriend without telling her that it had been received from people at work.
Doesn't matter. She wanted a camera. It's the same thing as you. You wanted that lager that I got for free. It hasn't cost you anything. It doesn't matter where I got it from.
So you now decide, because you've given me a free lager, that you can now say, oh, actually, I'm not...
No more food for you, that's it. You're done.
On a whim.
Listen...
All this fat fucking cat wants to do is eat, man. I swear to God, you let her, that's all she'll do all day. She just ate her food not even an hour ago, and she's already looking for more. I got you on a schedule,
Margaret, you're
motherfucker.
rocking the dinghy. Carl, have some of my cheese.
Imagine if he would ever say that. Can you imagine him ever offering you any of his cheese?
Are you going to save Carl, mate?
I don't want to say.
Well, think about it and...
I might do a sort of a for and against or something, and then sort of, so the conclusion is...
Okay, all right. Well, I've been waiting for this for a week. It's a regular feature now. When we read from Karl's diary. Karl decided to keep a diary. He's gone through with it. I can see it there. It's massive. It's a huge desk diary that he has to carry around with him, and the pages are getting full up. You're really keeping to this.
Yeah.
Right, this is extracts from Karl's diary.
Did podcast and went for an Italian with Ricky and Steve. Italian place is good. We've been there a few times. I always have the same thing, spaghetti. Can't remember what everyone else had. Last time we went there, Steve had little octopuses with pasta. You could see that they were octopuses. They hadn't been cut up or anything. My rule is that I only eat stuff that looks nice when it's alive. A cow, a chicken, some fish. An octopus is an odd-looking thing alive. Even worse when it's dead and limp. It looks like it just shouldn't have been sat in the spaghetti.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Ricky drew another picture of my head. We've given a few of them away as prizes, but he draws so many of them that they won't be worth as much anymore. Everyone will eventually have one. Like those pictures of a boy crying that caused houses to burn down in the 1980s.
What is that?
What?
What are you talking about?
It's just some kid. My Auntie Nora had one, and it was just like a kid with like a blue jumper on, and it's like a painting, not a photo.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And he's just crying.
Like a chocolate box. It's really awful, sort of sugary.
And what happened is they found out that a load of houses were being set on fire or burst into flames, whatever. And the weird thing was,
Oh, it's bollocks.
every house that burned down had that photo.
Yeah, because every house had that picture in the fucking 70s
Yeah.
and 80s. Idiot. It's like, we're linking it to sinks. Every house that's ever burnt down had a sink. You're talking shit again. Carry on.
Wednesday. Saw a homeless bloke. I'm surprised that no companies have thought about sponsoring the homeless. Something like a clothing company. Give them some clothes that have an advert on the back.
I mean...
Everyone's a winner.
Good idea.
Not bad, is it?
That is a solid idea.
Got on the tube to Camden. Read in a free newspaper that hedgehogs could be gone by 2025. I think I've seen more dead hedgehogs than alive ones anyway, so I don't think I'll miss them.
What, they got hedgehogs running around wild out there?
Went round to Ricky's house and had a game of pool. It should have been nice and relaxing, but Jane gave
Yeah.
me some cake, and Ricky said I can't play pool if my hands are all sticky from cake.
It was the sugar. It was, and it wasn't
Yeah,
that
you
either.
can't.
After
You
he
can't
finished
fuck
it,
up
they
the
weren't just
cue.
sticky. He was licking his fingers, sucking his
Ugh.
fingers off, and then was going to pick up pool cues and touch things. And I was
Nope.
thinking, go and wash your hands after licking your hands. You're not a cat.
Yeah.
This turned into an argument when I said I didn't want to wash my hands.
Why didn't he?
Foul.
He goes for a piss all the time without washing his hands and then squeezes my head. I know I'd prefer to have lemon cake crumbs on my head than knob juice.
No, but juice.
I was going to do a crossword, but I'm tired and have learnt enough today.
What have you learned?
Well, the stuff about hedgehogs and that.
Oh, God.
Was on my way to my mate's and I got on a train. Got close to a station but realised I needed a wee. Was about to go in a cubicle when a blind man with a dog who was bumbling his way through the walkway came around. I said, "Are you after the toilet?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "It's on your right." I shouldn't have let him go first as he took ages and it would be my stop soon. The dog waited outside the cubicle. I was going to stroke it, but then I remembered someone telling me that you shouldn't.
Right. I've
Why
heard
not?
that too.
Because something
Wrecks
to
their
do with
training.
the owner should be the only one who sort of deals with that dog.
I've heard that too, dude. I don't know if that's bullshit.
And you shouldn't...
Well, you shouldn't stroke it because you'll cover it in fucking lemon cake.
No, well, just because, you know, if you stroke it and that, it might like me and want to go off with me, and he'll come out and be lost and stuff.
Yeah.
A few people have sent this in, including Paul, the party animal Parker. For some reason, we've just assumed he's in school. I don't think there's any actual proof of that. But do you think...
I reckon he left in June, and he's doing sort of bits and pieces, but he's still a party animal.
Do you think he can hold down a job? Is he just partying so hard that...
He can hold down a job. He often arrives late.
Sure.
And the boss, who's in an overall, will go, Parker, you're late again. He goes, yeah, talk to the hand. Yeah.
I think that he's the sort of guy that he'll just happily say, listen, I survive on 4 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go to work, I've not slept at all.
But I think he comes in with his headphones blaring, right, on a skateboard, and the bloke goes up to him, the old bloke, right, the old fuddy-duddy bloke, goes, you stupid idiot, you can't work there. He goes, chill out, man, and in 2 minutes, he's got him dancing.
Oh, I know what he's like. Yeah, he is just like, you just can't resist it, because he's just a fun guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paul and a few other people have sent in this piece of information they've discovered from one of the more respected news networks. The headline is this: female kidney turns lumberjack onto housework.
Right.
Now,
What?
a Croatian lumberjack apparently has claimed that he started enjoying housework and knitting after he was given a female kidney. He claims he's going to sue his local health authority because he says he's become a laughingstock. He used to enjoy heavy drinking sessions and things. The kidney transplant saved his life, but they never warned me about the side effects. I've developed a strange passion for female jobs, like ironing, sewing, washing dishes, sorting clothes in wardrobes, and even knitting.
Well, if he likes it, what's the problem? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Hold on, though. What makes me laugh is he's become a laughing stock. So what do you do when you become a laughing stock? Tell the newspapers.
Well, yeah.
Tell the newspapers about it, because then they'll keep it completely under wraps.
Right.
That's the sort of medical nonsense that Karl would normally come out with.
Absolutely. You take on the personality of the person who gave you their blood.
Exactly. It's like those old horror stories, you get given a murderer's hand.
Yeah.
But there can be certain medical things that would change the way you think and would change you as a person. Say like how they can do face transplants now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't quite understand how this face transplants work, because do you get a choice of who you have? If you have something done to your face and you go, it's burnt or whatever, or something happens to you and you need a face transplant.
Well, if you totally changed your appearance, then you would eventually change because of how people reacted to you.
Yeah, but
so if you gave yourself the head of an elephant, soon you wouldn't be yourself.
All right, we're going back in. I brought myself back to right where I was, which I think was by the faces.
If you totally changed your appearance, then you would eventually change because of how people reacted to you.
Yeah, but
if you gave yourself the head of an elephant, soon you wouldn't be yourself because
I wouldn't have that. That's what I'm saying. If they had a catalogue and they said, here's some faces you can have, pick which one you want.
Yeah.
Would you be looked upon badly if you go, do you know what? I don't really like the look of any of them. Can I just wait for a better face? Or at this moment in time, have you just got to take what's on offer?
Carl, there's no one looking through catalogues at faces they might be able to have.
No, they do now because of the face transplant thing.
But who are these people putting their face up for? They wait till someone...
Yeah, I know, but at some point... Well, I tell you what, I would not have a face transplant if I haven't seen the face before I'm going to have it.
You have to...
I want to see what I'm having. Because I could end up with anything. You mentioned elephant's head. What, do you know what I mean? Whose head are they going to use? Is it the latest thing that's died? Oh, well, this got run over before. Yeah, I'll stick this on your head.
Where has this come from? Where are these
mind?
Where are these faces queuing up to be popped on a skull?
For real.
Where do you think they have got time to put all these...
Maybe this is why it won't
Nick
catch on.
Cage.
I don't know.
Nick Cage and John Travolta are running a campaign right now. I don't know if you heard. It's been out since the late 90s. Where... forget it. Forget it.
This is extraordinary. You've created in your own head the existence of this pamphlet, and now you're defending it, even though we don't know it even exists.
And you're this skull on a hospital bed going, I'm not having that. I don't like the look of him. He looks a bit shifty. No, I don't like that. Oh, no.
Can I ask this now? Let's say we'd passed away sadly in something terribly tragic. The nation's mourned. It's terrible. It's like one of the great national disasters. But you, at the same time, you survived the accident, okay, but your face is hideously disfigured.
Dead,
you
one
can take
survivor.
either Ricky's face or mine to have.
I'm surprised you're asking this, though, Steve. I mean, it's just, it doesn't seem like any of them is like a great option.
It wouldn't
and
fit.
This is what I'm saying about the catalogue.
It seems like it wouldn't fit his body, their faces.
If those two were on offer, I might go, do you know what? Pop in again tomorrow. Bring in another one.
I'd rather have no face than
Anne-Marie.
that
She
face.
says that she loves the podcast. She listens with her 7-month-old baby. that cannot be a good idea.
No.
And she says this to you, Karl. If you had children, what is the most important lesson you'd want to teach them?
Oh, shit.
I mean, in a way, if you sort of...
Hedgehogs
look after
are
a
almost
kid too
extinct.
much, it doesn't learn that much. But if you let it learn by its mistakes, it'll probably grow up all right.
But there are some mistakes you can't afford it to make to learn from.
Right.
Yeah, driving a car the wrong way down a motorway.
Testing if the fire really is hot.
Yeah.
No, but say like the time...
Does broken glass really taste horrible? These are lessons you don't want it to learn from mistakes.
You can tell them that.
Yeah,
but what
exactly.
I mean is, there's certain things that I just think there was a kid who grew up in our avenue, right, on the estate, who, when it was born, right, we kind of thought he's got no chance, this kid, because its man was a bit of a rumman. You know,
A woman, where's that?
No, just like, you know, she like going out
All
and
over
having
the
a fag
place.
and like having a drink, and she's never
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
It's the one who had
I know exactly what he meant as soon as he said it.
the horse in the house.
Sure.
Right, which I don't want to go over. But
It's old news.
it's out there, isn't it? If you want to find out about the horse in the house. But she had a kid, and everyone was pretty surprised when they saw it because it was a good-looking kid. She was surprised because, like, you know, the man wasn't that good-looking, the dad was a bit rough. But
That's usually
came
how it
out,
works, though.
and she was showing it around the avenue, going, "Look at this I've had." And she was chuffed with it because it's probably like one of the newest things she's ever had, because everything else was always sort of
Second-hand.
second-hand and what have you. But suddenly she's got this brand new little baby, right? Anyway, as it grew up, right, those looks went.
Right.
And I'm not talking getting old, I'm talking by the age of about 3. It looked rough already. Right? And all that just happened because that's the life it was in. Right? So like it had like a patchy head. Its hair
It what?
Looks like me.
a patchy head. It's just sort of
It wasn't a North
stressful.
American Indian. What do you mean, patchy head?
Just his hair was patchy. He used to chase sort of cars and stuff.
Sorry. What do you mean?
Just that's what he did for his.
Sorry, did she let it get raised by wolves?
No, but all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, what is it that makes a person? Do you know what I mean? Now, I don't know what state he's in now, but maybe he learned all his mistakes by the age of 4. I'm guessing he's not chasing cars now, but at least he's done it.
I'm guessing he is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At least you can go, yeah, I've been there, done that, and you don't go back to it, and you can get away with doing dafter things when you're a kid, can't you?
Quick
I
in a
nearly
smooth
killed
way. I know that's what daft means. People call me that, and it's not a compliment.
Okay, right. Did
No,
you?
that time when I was in Wales and I was having a walk with my dad on the cliffs and that,
Yeah.
I just picked up a big rock, right, chucked it off the edge, and as I chucked it off the edge, I noticed a fella was walking down below,
Jeez.
and I missed his head by like inches. Now, I've never chucked a rock off a bridge or like off a cliff or anything.
And it only took one man to almost lose his life
Yeah.
for you to learn that lesson.
Yeah, but that's how you learn your lessons,
Yeah.
isn't it?
See, a lot of people would have said that maybe your dad should have said, "Wait, Karl, what are you doing?"
No, but he didn't know I was doing it. I didn't say I'm going to chuck this off here. I just picked it up and chucked it. And like, as I let go of it, I
He had to
noticed
learn
the
that
fella
on
was
his
down there.
own.
You live and you learn. That's a little mantra. Right?
Right.
You live
Okay.
and you learn. So the woman who's had the kid, sort of look after it, feed it, make sure it's got shoes and that, but let it roam about.
That's great.
There's the advice for you, Anne-Marie.
I love that.
Good luck. Just let your 7-month-old baby roam about. Karl, a lot of people are absolutely fascinated to find out how you met Suzanne, your girlfriend of how long?
Oh, please.
Ages.
Yeah. And they can't comprehend how, well, I suppose that there's any woman out there.
Well, there's someone
Who
for
would-
everyone, isn't there?
yeah.
That's always my thing. And it's reassuring, I think. You know, we've chatted about the face transplants and that. You know, there's a face for everyone.
It's philosophy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really unbelievable.
No, there is someone for everyone, no matter what
Yeah.
condition you're in or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I read on the email, someone emailed in
Even I got
an old
somebody.
Chinese
Well,
proverb.
not really.
It's something about everything, no matter what it is, has got one talent. And that's the same way in a relationship, innit? That everyone, you know, there's always someone out there. And that. I like the Chinese. There's another Chinese proverb that I learned on an email.
Go on.
He who cuts the wood up, warms himself twice.
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
And then someone sent in that one about too many Chinese cooks spoil the broth.
What? Well, why is? Well, that's. I don't know who slipped the word Chinese in there, but I heard it was too many cooks.
Well, it was just all sort of Chinese proverbs and that.
One of my favourite on the same subject is a camel is a horse designed by committee.
What do you mean?
Well, it's having a go at the camel, and it shouldn't. But it's just, it's just a metaphor. And if you wanted to design a horse and you had that vision, but you let 12 people in a room have their say, it wouldn't come out as you wanted it to do, and it wouldn't be as good. A vision is more perfect than committee, because everyone having their say, it becomes anodyne, it becomes compromised. Whereas the best things you can do is have an idea and have a vision and auteur that.
Rick, can I just say now, I can tell from his look that he's thinking, which committee designed the camel?
Well, I'd say, why would you request the ump bit? Because that's just going to get in the way, isn't it? I've always said that about a lot of animals. It's like we've doubled up on a lot of them. We've chatted about elephants and mammoths, one or the other. And that's the same with a camel. I'd have that up there as what they're doing. They were good years ago, in the Jesus times and that. Don't need them now. You know what I mean? We've moved on.
Well, not people who use camels to cross deserts.
What other? I'm
communities.
going to throw some animals at you, and you tell how you'd have improved them if you'd have been designing them. Okay? The octopus.
So I can now go back. I can look at them and go, what are they doing?
And where have they gone wrong? What's up with you? How could you improve it? Like the camel, you'd go lose the amp.
I'd probably give it a bit more of a body. Cut down on the arms. And give it some bones, because I don't understand all this. Getting in a jar is good. When does
Getting
what
in
get in
a
a jar?
jar is good.
It says
Well, it only wants to get in a jar according to your stories.
no, but there's something that says it can get in a jar because it hasn't got any bones. But I don't know why I'd want to do that in the first place.
Easy.
I can't even begin to answer that. Once again, you've claimed that you've read that they like to get in jars. I mean, how do they know that octopus like to get in jars?
Oh God, I love that you can improve on an octopus. Millions and millions of years of evolution, making it perfect for its surroundings. Okay, another animal for you then, Karl.
Giraffe?
What are they adding to the world? What are they doing?
Well, it's not about what they add to the world,
No, but
is
I thought that's what everything's about. It's about things are here for a reason.
The reason they're here is because they didn't die. That's it.
No, but there seem to be a lot of animals that are like.
Do you think there's a lot of cheating? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
There's a
just
lot
saying,
of
there just
doubling
seems
up.
to be a lot of doubling up.
Yeah. So
And-
you get it down to like 8 animals that represented all of them. So okay, who would get in your team? You can choose
No,
8 animals.
This is what I'm saying. If I was Noah, I would have gone like, hang on a minute. I've just seen something that looks a bit like this. Let it drown and have a clear out. But he didn't. He was messing about saving everything.
He was instructed by God to save everything, to be fair to him.
Yeah, but if he's been given that job, for me, he's sort of manager of that job. With management.
So you believe
With
Noah as well?
management.
You believe Noah happened as well, and he built a boat big enough to catch 2 of every species. You actually believe that as fact, do you?
Well, it's out there in book form.
Brilliant.
That's
Right.
crazy.
We haven't answered the question that we started with. How did you meet Suzanne?
Just at work.
Thanks.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey!
There was this airline, and was having a lot of problems, and a lot
What,
of the
pilot's too tall?
Yeah, the cabin was so tiny.
Only bananas were allowed in the cockpit for fuel.
Anyway, there was a lot of strikes going on, right?
Sure.
Because I don't know what it was about. It was over money or whatever.
Yes.
And
Well, get someone that doesn't need money.
but
Well,
But what else could you pay something in,
well,
Rick? I mean,
peanuts.
everyone was-
So-
okay, peanuts or fruit, yeah.
so anyway, the boss of the airline, he had like one pilot who he could trust, right? And that was his son.
Right.
But the problem is with a lot of these planes, you need 2 pilots.
Of course you do.
And he's like, if only I had 2 sons, but he didn't. There's no point harping on about it. Right?
Sure.
He runs an airline.
Who runs an airline, yeah.
But how many pilots are there? Because there must be loads.
No, there's loads, but the problem is a lot of them are going on strike.
Oh.
And each week you can see that we're struggling here.
But how can they just close it down?
No
Anyway,
way, you can't do that,
No,
Rick.
I can't.
Of course you
It's
can't.
costing him a
It's just-
fortune if he closes it down.
Yeah, but what, one plane's not going to make a difference in an airline, is it?
No, it's all the
It's all
planes.
the planes, mate.
So the son, he's flying the planes and that. He's getting worried for his dad because of his business. It's falling
Sure.
apart. He's like, anyway, listen,
Well, one plane won't make any difference.
don't worry about it. We've found someone who you can work with. He said he's staying over near the sort of quarantine area where
Oh.
all the animals are kept
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
right, okay.
They won't be looking in there. They won't bother.
No.
So he's like, all right.
But
he'll
there's no
see you-
animal that could be a co-pilot, that's why.
I'll see you. He'll meet up with you in the cockpit.
He'll meet up in the cockpit, yeah. Sure.
So anyway, he gets in there. He meets them. At first, a little bit of a shock who he's going to be working with, but
Why?
he's thinking, as long as I can keep my dad's business alive, I can
Not with
keep
one
a job.
plane.
Everyone's happy. Then one day, what happens is a little bit of.
This whole thing is
Oh, dear.
Well, what happened is one woman who was on the plane got a bit peckish, right?
Right.
And said to the air hostess woman, said, "Oh, a little bit peckish. Have you got any sort of nibbles and that?" She went, "No, I got a sandwich." She said, "I don't really want a sandwich. You want something, like the usual stuff that planes give out, just like a bag of nuts." or something."
Peanuts.
Are they not giving those out yet?
So no,
No,
they don't
the
give it for
monkey
some
ate
reason.
them
She was
all.
like, "Look, we've stopped giving out the nuts. We can get you
That's
a sandwich."
strange,
And the woman's
yeah.
like, "I don't want a sandwich. I just want some nuts." Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
A sandwich is quite a big meal and what have you. I just want some nibbles, want some nuts.
Well, that's not available.
So I
Done. End of story.
so she said, "Well, you're saying there aren't any nuts." She
Yeah.
said, "But earlier I saw you put a tray outside the cockpit, right? It had a sandwich on it, 2 Cokes and 2 bags of nuts."
Right.
She said, "So you're saying there aren't any, but the pilot's getting
Well,
them."
aren't they now? That was the last 2 packets. Done.
No. So
Let's go home.
Well, I'll go and have a word with the pilot myself because you only put them out there a few minutes ago. He can't have
you
eaten them yet.
can't.
I want
You
some.
say you
I'm
cannot
going
go-
over.
no, no.
I know this is it.
Yeah.
She was saying you cannot go over. She's going,
No.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to go over because
No,
I feel
no,
like
you
I'm being
can't.
lied to.
No, you can't.
So she goes, starts,
No,
and,
there's
and
no
the
way.
pilot can
Well, they
hear all
can't
this
get in anyway.
chat about the nuts and what have you, and he's thinking, what's going on out there?
Yeah.
He opens the door.
Yeah.
Right? She gets a glance in. The monkey sat there with headphones.
Fucking bollocks.
ridiculous. This one's all over the place, but this is my phone's going off. Shit's happening. I got a bunch of other recordings I'm gonna do anyway, so this one is good. This one's good. Again, I mean, they're kind of, some of them are better than others, I think, but they're all not bad. I enjoy them. But, look out for the next one.